I'm kidding. Oh shoot, I'm live.
I'm at that table.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call this meeting to order.
You too, man.
Council meeting.
If you would, please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this evening. Thank you, Lord God, for the opportunity to gather on behalf of the citizens of Helena and do her work. Lord, I just pray that you would give us wisdom and discernment in all of our endeavors. I pray, Lord God, that you would be with our department heads and our employees. I pray for the protection of the city and her people. I pray, Lord God, that you would always lead us in the direction that you would have us go. And Lord, where we try to sidestep you, I just ask that you would just pull us back on course so that we ensure we're walking towards what you have for us. Lord, we love you and we praise you, and we just ask all of this in your son's holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we have city council is going to lead us in our pledge of allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council roll call. Halsey. Here. Van Cleve. Here. Lavelle. Here. Joseph. Here. Woodman. All right. First thing on our agenda is the presentation of minutes for February 22nd, 2021. Y'all have a chance to look at those. Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I'll second. Any discussion? Okay. I'll call for the question then. All in favor of approving the minutes from 2/22, 2021, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's passed. Next, we have our revenue report and our bill payment. Again, y'all all had a chance to look at those. And you know, have a motion?
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills.
I'll second. Any discussion, any questions? All right, we'll ask that the bills be paid. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll pay our bills this month. Appreciate that. Okay. Now, municipal operations. So, Mayor Packett, turn it over to you.
Thanks, Alice. So welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. So just two things I really want to hit on. Utility board, one of the things is we need to really beef up our infrastructure on the water and sewer side. Closing on the refinance of our bonds that'll net us $5.1 million that we can put back into capital into our system and be able to do some much needed improvements. I want to thank Jason Poe and his team over at Public Works. If you've not been down to the amphitheater park in the past couple of days, you need to. They've done a ton of work down there to make it more attractive for everybody to be able to come and not see all the dead trees. Equipment has been updated down there, so they've really done a great job over the past week on making it look good. Other than that, I'm glad to have all of the Penhill family here.
The next thing we have is the Penhill family, the proclamation of making March the 8th as Mayor Sunny Penhill Day. And Brian, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna read the proclamation just so everyone knows that what the proclamation actually says. And this is honoring former Mayor Sunny Penhill. So March 8th is today's date, but it's also his birthday. And with his passing here recently, the city wanted to do anything that we could to be able to honor the man who spent 44 years leading the city into what we now know as really modern day Helena, from 1,000 people to almost 22,000 people. So Proclamation from the City of Helena, whereas on March 8th, 2021, we celebrate Mayor Sonny Penhall Day in Helena, Alabama. Each year, the City of Helena will recognize March 8th as Mayor Sonny Penhall Day. Whereas Mayor Penhall showed outstanding dedication to the City of Helena, working tirelessly to provide crucial services to the residents of the city. Mayor Penhall had a unique ability to listen to the concerns of all citizens and make the City of Helena a great place to live and raise a family. Whereas Mayor Penhall was true son of Helena in Shelby County, born in the city on March 8, 1931, he attended the local schools and served in the United States Army during the Korean conflict. He was honorably discharged from the Army Reserves in 1957. Whereas Mayor Penhall was a lifelong member of the Helena United Methodist Church, serving and volunteering throughout his life, the church and his faith were extremely important to him. Whereas Mayor Penhall was a great leader, entering politics in 1960, winning a seat of Helena City Council, Sonny Penhall became the mayor of Helena in 1968, following the footsteps of his grandfather, former Helena Mayor Charles Iverson Hines. Whereas as mayor of the City of Helena, Alabama for 44 years, Sonny showed unwavering dedication, working tirelessly to provide crucial services to the residents. His accomplishments were many, and among his proudest being the many beloved parks and the building of 3 new schools in Helena. Mayor Penhall inspired city employees to not only do their best, but to aspire to higher goals and seek leadership positions in their fields. Whereas the City of Helena, Alabama is proud to honor the contributions of Sonny Penhall to our community, state, and nation. Now therefore, I, J. Brian Puckett, Mayor of the City of Helena, along with the City Council, do hereby proclaim March 8, 2021 as Mayor Sonny Penhall Day, and honoring and celebrating his profound accomplishments and role inspiring others in the City of Helena, Alabama.
Well done.
So family representation. Anybody? I see a few of you out there. You gotta come on.
Mm.
Everybody get together and look right here.
Hold on.
Two more, hold on.
I can stop that in there. Come on now. Come on, you're killing me, Dave.
Sacrifice. Thank you. Perfect.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda is Resolution 0308-2021, recognizing the week beginning March 21st, 2021 as National Safe Place Week.
So recognizing National Safe Place Week, you'll notice when you drive around, you'll see fire departments, police department, libraries, places like that, with the yellow signs out them. It's really designating that is a safe place for someone to go. And so we are proclaiming in the city or recognizing the 20th, the 21st through the 27th is National Safe Place Week in the city of Helena.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the resolution.
Make a motion we adopt resolution 0308-202.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Definitely, sorry, March 21st, we are a safe place. Not just 1 week.
We're a safe place other than-
All the time.
All the time, not just
All the
one
time.
way. Sorry, you guys have to put up with me. So, all right, next we have a motion, we have approval or denial for the mayor to use the one-cent funds up to $60,000 for a tag team grant. And I know this.
good, I wanna say anything about something, no. So the tag team grant is a way to use our 1 cent fund, to be able to give back and put funds into the teachers, directly into their classroom, into their hands. So it's a new application grant process that will allow teachers to be able to get funds directly to what they need. If they might have a special project or something.
Do I have a motion for us to allow the mayor to use the 1 cent funds?
I'll make a motion to authorize Mayor Puckett to use 1 cent funds up to $60,000 for tag team grants.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? $60,000. The teachers have $60,000.
And I'm just thinking tag team in my head.
I know. Next, we have George Henry with us. He is candidate for District 73 for the House of Representatives. George,
I can stand right here. I think you guys can hear me. My name is George Henry. I'm 4 decades, it's hard to believe I'm that old, but I've been here for 4 decades now. Grew up in Pelham, went to Pelham High School, graduated from Stanford with an MBA. I worked as Alabaster City Manager for about 8 years, a Chief Operating Officer for a local community bank, and now I stay in enterprise architecture. I mention that to you because on March 30th, the voters of District 73 have the opportunity to hire their next representative, of which I'm a candidate. And with that experience that I mentioned to you in education, I have built the relationships necessary to day one step in and help advance our area. This is home to me. And granted, as a kid, Pelham competed with Helena a lot. I see some familiar faces that we played ball against each other a good bit. But this has been home. And even when I was at Alabaster, I worked hard for 261. I worked hard for 52. I worked hard for a lot of projects that never touched Alabaster city limits because it's the right thing to do, and it's because it's a region. With these experiences, it has shown me how government is supposed to work for us, the owners. We're still a constitutional republic. I tell folks I'm a constitutional conservative because I believe in the standard. And all you youth, I hope you know it. I hope you read it. I hope you hold it dear because that's what we have. That's what makes America great, is we are a constitutional republic. If elected, that's the type of ideology that I bring to Montgomery. Whether it's the roads, economic development, schools, or public safety. I realize that all 4 cities, plus the associated county areas, but in particular the 4 large cities, have unique needs. And I'm here to tell you that we work together. We sink or fall or grow together. How many of us travel through all those cities? We all do, right? And so we have to take that holistic approach to make sure that District 73 has the type of representation that can build those relationships day one and get to work. Government exists to provide those services. I put on a flyer that I understand the complexities and the limitations of government. Government can be complex, as some of you are watching. There's a lot of moving parts, but there's also some serious limitations to it in terms of it shouldn't go too far. And if it does, we have 3 equal branches of government that are supposed to be able to step in. So on March 30th, I am asking for your support to hire your next representative. Again, my name is George Henry, and I appreciate the Helena City Council and Mayor for giving me an opportunity to come speak to you guys tonight.
thank you, George.
Thank you.
Also on our agenda is Carrie Pate, and I don't think she has made it back from Mont Valley. Is there a representative here for Carrie? No. She's also running for that. All right, moving on along. We have the second reading of ordinance 880-2021, the uniform regulations of the City of Helena's appointed advisory boards. This is our second reading.
Do I need to read the whole thing again?
No.
Okay, good, because that was really long, wow.
No. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 880-2021.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay. Call for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Our ordinance passed. Next, we have approval of or deny of the budget amendment to purchase and install security cameras and systems at many of our city-owned buildings. We do have an amendment to that, Brian, and you want to give us some information on that?
Yeah, so I know that we discussed it in the work session, but for everyone that was not able to make it during that time. So we have security systems and cameras there in these public facilities, City Hall, the police department, the park and rec. This would be upgrading our existing system, so it'd basically be ripping out everything and replacing new with items that are actually up to date and really good. And sorry, I got sidetracked because things popped up online in the business share. But it was noted that the 90,000 was in the agenda, and so we had quotes that came in from Johnson Controls that was slightly higher than that, due to us being able to add additional cameras at the sports complex to give us range of view in the fields. So the total amount would be $109,000. Yes, what you just said.
35 cents. $109,306.35. All right, I'll entertain a motion that we approve the budget amendment to purchase and install security cameras.
I make a motion that we amend the budget up to $109,400 to cover the expenses of security cameras throughout the city.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we're gonna get our cameras. Okay. Carrie. Just arrived, we're gonna let you have the floor. Carrie
Okay.
Cates, yes, we're gonna let you
Okay.
go.
Thank
I didn't,
Where shall I approach?
wherever you would like.
Okay, hey,
Glad to have you here.
can I take this off? I'm talking
Yeah.
to you. Thank you. I'm Carrie Pate, and I'm one of the many candidates for State House District 73. I reside in Alabaster, Alabama, where I'm currently in my second term on the city council, and I'm also serve on the planning and zoning board. I'm a council liaison now, but previously I was just as a resident appointed by the mayor. So I mainly wanted to come tonight just to share with you that no matter what happens in this election, if I were to be the one, fortunately, that would be elected, I would definitely always be an advocate for your city and be a partner with you and build a relationship with you, and mainly just to be accessible to you. And that's kind of the same type way that I've been as I've served my city, and I genuinely care about the people that serve. So I mainly just want you all to know that I will be an advocate and I will be a partner for you all. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Lee, for being such a great opposition, and I appreciate it. And I hope that I can earn your support. Thank you so much.
All right, now we're at council comments. Laura, start with you.
All right. I do have a library report, as usual. Library would like to thank Mayor Puckett for his contribution as guest reader for Read Across America. If you have not seen it yet, please visit the library's Facebook page and you can watch Mayor Puckett reading one of the Dr. Seuss books that I believe was yours or your mother's.
It was my mother's in
Right.
1964.
Right.
Lots of editing in that book.
But it is truly a treasure. Also want to let you know that the library's had a feature in the February issue of Alabama Cooperative Farming News Magazine regarding a partnership with PALS, which is People Against a Littered State. So special thanks to the Streets Department for assisting the library with our grounds and for their efforts in keeping the roads free of litter. Crafty Friday will be this Friday. It will feature a craft that is cat for hat. And a neat team take-home craft will be on March 22nd, and they will be making a Harry Potter snitch. I also wanted to let you guys know that the hot board will be meeting tomorrow evening via Zoom. And thank you very, very much to the Streets Department for all the work that they've been doing in the Old Town area and the appreciated. And with that, I will conclude my comments. Yes, Chris?
Let's celebrate Public Works Night. I also thank Jason for all of the hard work that his team has been doing this year throughout Old Town. Our beautification board meets this evening immediately following this session. And we will have our spring cleanup day this Saturday from 8 till 12. I say 8 till 12, it's 8 until we get finished. It's typically a lot earlier because we usually have 40 or 50 volunteers. If all of you showed up, we'd have 60 or 70. So 8 a.m. Saturday morning down at the caboose. Look forward to seeing you there. I just want to thank Mayor Puckett for bringing before this group tonight a resolution to fund $60,000 in education grants directly into the hands of teachers. That's big in this town when you think about all of the money that gets spent on a lot of other things. And we can put this money in the hands of teachers that have great ideas but no funding. So I'm very glad to see that come before this council and very proud to cast a yes vote for that tonight. That's all I have.
Lee?
I will echo that. I think that is probably that fund has been used for so many great things in our schools, but this gets it down to that granular level. And I don't know that I can think of a better way to spend that money. I really don't. I love, especially with everything that's gone on the last year, teachers have been coming out of pocket a lot more often for things that they already were coming out of pocket for. So I love that this is there and it can be utilized for that. And I think that's a fantastic use for that. And then I'll just very quickly speak to Mayor Penhale's service. I think he was the longest serving mayor in the United States. If I'm not, I might be wrong. Sometimes I get things, sometimes I just make things up. But I think that he was. But I do think he was. But working with him on his last term, one of the things that was most evident about Mayor Penhale was his love for our students and them having access to education within the city and not having to leave our city. He fought tooth and nail for that to happen, and I really do think that that exists today because of the work that he did prior to us being able to get into the position to do what we were able to do and help from the city's perspective in partnering with the county in various aspects. But I appreciate his service. He really truly did love the city. I think unlike anybody else I've ever served with. So I appreciate his service, and I appreciate you making that Mayor Sunny Penhale Day. I think that's a great gesture, and I'm really happy for his family to have been able to be here and be a part of that. So, thanks.
Okay. And they always say everything to exactly what I'm thinking, but I won't repeat it, I promise. However, I have to say, as a former teacher, that money, I mean, if they were to give somebody $1,000, they'd be ecstatic. So the possibility that they could get up to $5,000 is unbelievable. I know they're gonna be so excited. And we're so glad to have our visitors with us. Team council, you know, I'm always glad to see you. And our meeting is adjourned.